Today I'm in the wood yard. I've got birch on the ground. I don't want it on the ground. I brought over some pallets. We're going to do some stacking. Here we go. It is a spectacular day today here in the wood yard. It's about 62 degrees and sunny. It is beautiful out. Good day to get some work done. Now this birch that's laying on the ground here is all the birch that I had bought that I got processed. There is 4 trailer loads full, and it needs to be stacked. So that's what I'm going to do. And the main reason it needs to be stacked is that I want to get it dry. This stuff is wet. It was very, very green wood that I cut here, that I split and cut. And it's got to get off the ground so that it can dry. And the other thing is with birch, and those of you that know that you've had birch, you do not want birch to touch the ground because it rots real fast. Birch is a wood that does not keep very long. It's good for a year, 2 at most, and it turns to powder. So this inventory I'm going to want to turn over pretty fast. So I'm going to start. I brought an end in here with a brace end. So I'm going to stack these in full cord rows going that direction. I might even go 2 full cord rows that way and just kind of bring the wood in, and I'll do another row and another row. And I want to fill this whole area. So some of my little pretty Christmas trees, the cute guys back there, they might die. They might go. So we're stacking right now. Wood is getting stacked. I've been stacking for like 45 minutes or so, and I am next going to clear out some debris, put another pallet down, probably do an end so I can have a full cord here, and then continue with another full cord, I think, that way. And I've been throwing the big chunks over here to the side, and there's not as many as I thought that need to be split. Some of these could be split down a little farther, but they're pretty good, and it's birch, it dries pretty fast, so I'm not that worried. But these big ones here are hard to lift with one hand, so I'm going to split these down. So next thing I'm going to do is go get my splitter, bring it over here. So I'm ready to split all these big ones once I get them tossed out from the pile that's here, because I'm going to keep stacking as much as I can that direction, and then I will split these big chunks at the end once I get a whole bunch of them, or maybe halfway through, we'll see. That's what's going to happen. Back to work. Turtle. have the splitter over here, and I know right now some of you are feverishly typing, Chris, you have a tractor. Why don't you use your tractor to pull the splitter over here? Because by the time I went and got my key and got to the tractor, I already had it here. Splitter was right over there. I hooked on the dolly, pull it over here. It's fast. A lot of people are afraid of work. I am not one of those people. I don't mind it at all. It wasn't that hard. It's here. Just saying. Okay, so next thing I did was I just put in, I put in this divider here. And what I'd like to do a lot of times, here I'll turn the camera so you can see a little better. What I like to do is, this is from right here to the other side is 8 feet. Let me just look to be sure. Actually, I'm 2 inches over. It's 98 inches. So 98 inches from here to that end. And I just went and I measured my stacks over here to see how high they were. And I was about, I would say I was a good 8 inches high. So I moved some of that wood down just a little bit because I didn't measure when I was doing it. I just started stacking. And generally, I'm 5'10"-ish, 10 and a half, something like that. When I'm standing on the ground with my boots on, and if there's a pallet in front of me, when I stack, if I go right here, nipple zone, right here, it's 4 feet. Because I just measured and that's what it is. So if you're wondering, do a measurement when you're stacking so that you know where your 48 inches is and get accustomed to where that is on your body, whether it's here or down here, your belly button, or maybe your knees if you're real tall, or if you're real short, maybe it's like at your nose. But get a spot that you know where it is. So, and I remembered it was somewhere right in the chest area for me. And so there it is. So now everything is just a little over 48. I generally stack everything at about 52 inches, at least 50 to 52 inches when it's green, because this will all settle and shrink down as it dries. That's how it is. If it's dry wood when you're stacking, then you can just go right at 48. But I want to make sure that I'm not having too little wood. So when I fill this in, this will be a full cord right here. Now when I put this divider in, I just put about, I think 4 nails I put in, one on each end, a couple in the middle. That's just to keep it from kicking out. It's really not that solid. You can kind of wiggle it back and forth. And I just have this here as a measurement so that I can put wood up against it here, and wood up against it here. So when I take this full cord, or if I take 2 rows for 2/3 of a cord, or 1 row for 1/3 of a cord, or that's right, a face cord if you've never heard of it. Down south it's called a rick. 3 of those, or 3 face cords, makes a full cord. I'm trying to educate the whole world here. It's a tough job. So anyway, there it is. So I'm going to fill this in. That'll be done. Now, because this is a shorter pallet, obviously I'm going to have pieces up above here, but if I'm within 1 or 2 pieces either way of making the full cord, or the 1/3 of a cord, or 2/3 of a cord, or face cords, or ricks, or wazi-woozy, whatever you want to call it, there it is. So now I'm going to continue that direction, but because I brought the splitter over here, I do have some big chunks that need to be split down, so I'm going to do that first and fill them right in here into this gap to my left, right here. I'm going to fill them right in here, and then as I get more big pieces, I'll throw them over to the side, make a pile, and then when I get all the little stuff, smaller stuff stacked, then I'll split it and keep going this direction. So I'm going to take this out of the tripod here so I can show you what's left. So right there, all the way around over to here, and then there's a pile over there too. So I got work to do. Better get busy. Look at that. 2 full cord stacked. Looks kind of pretty. I wish I had about 200 of those. That'd be nice. So there it is. That is birch stacked and 2 full cords. This is locust from this winter that's got to be stacked over here once I clean this mess out. And then over here, what I'm going to do now, and I've been throwing chunks over here that are no good, I've got to come back this way farther because I want to start my next row back in this corner. So I'm going to clean out all this stuff right in here, get this raked out of here, put another end down just like that right here, and then work my way that direction because all the wood is over here. So that's what's going to happen. Here we go again. Look at the beauty I have created once again. Today was a marvelous day to be outside. Beautiful, beautiful day. Too bad you weren't here. I did go through some drinks today. Those are 3, 4. Here's number 5, and I drank one when I was inside. So I had six things today I drank. No cramping, no problems. So I felt good, but it wasn't that hot. It was like 72 degrees. But I got 3 full cords done. This stuff I did not have to resplit very much. There's a little bit right here left to do, a little bit there, and I got another couple face cords over here that will then go over here into this pot. I'm going to push it over with the tractor because I want to have it go right here. I don't think I'm going to have 3. I got 3 full cords, but I don't think I'm going to have a 4th. It's going to be a little less than that. I thought it would be 4 full cords when I started, but not going to happen. Not this time. So that's it for today. You know what to do. You're going to poke some buttons. Tomorrow you're coming back 5:30 a.m. for another video. If you can't wait till then, there's 700 videos on my channel waiting for you to watch, or you go to my other channel, Out of the Woodyard. There's some videos there too. Check them all out. Good night. I read.